It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
Two teams with 11 Super Bowl titles between them. The Niners and Steelers underway to begin 2023. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
Pickett didn't quite lead Pittsburgh to the promised land in his first season as the hometown kid and franchise quarterback, but he did impress once he got on the field. Winning 7 games helped keep the vaunted streak of non-losing seasons alive in the Steel City.
Now the third-year man, Najee Harris, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week 1, guys still have to practice, they still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team want to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The Niners offense set to go to work. And it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback because he looks like the real deal.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, these Steelers, Charles, 9-8 a year ago. Their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, made 12 starts as a rookie. Do you see a jump coming, both for him and potentially for this franchise?
I do, and I trace it back to a December game against Baltimore in 2022. Kenny Pickett made some big plays down the stretch to give Pittsburgh a victory. Plus, the Steelers have added some nice pieces around him, and they'll be able to protect him even better in 2023.
Here's 3rd and 7. Pickett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
From the left hash, this from 39. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys, I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At their own 21. Now Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Alert! Alert! Check! Reload! Bronco switch!
2nd down. Here's Pickett. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Pickett right back to the air again.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Oh, another big wrap up there by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year who led the league with 18.5 sacks in 2022. Became the 2nd 49er and 10th player ever to win both that and Defensive Rookie of the Year awards during their career.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
McLeod to return it.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Niners set to take over on offense.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. McCaffrey on the counter.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Purdy from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Peterson. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Pickett able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett finding Pickens for another catch. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 36. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Pickett on 3rd and 1. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Samuel.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 14-yard line.
Looking to throw, Pickett. He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Here's McLeod on the return.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They go play action here. Purdy.
They'll roll him out right.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here we go.
Pickett sets up play action.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now Pickett. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Peterson. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A nice carry by Harris, who had tougher sledding than in his Pro Bowl rookie season, but still topped 1,000 yards as a Steeler sophomore. As Pittsburgh tries to climb back to the top of the AFC North, he remains a player that their offense relies on.
Ball start, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw, Pickett.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Open man. That's the tight end fire move. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line football.
Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Purdy off the play fake.
Gets this one to use check. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here's Purdy.
That is caught, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered theirs. That throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the first and goal.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Back to throw, Purdy. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Bucs looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Throwing here, Purdy.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Samuel with a catch, and he's still the gold standard for receivers getting work out of the backfield, even if his numbers fell in 2022. Most yards, carries among NFL receivers, over 850 total yards for him in 2022. Not too shabby since he only played 13 games.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A second down throw for Purdy.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. McCaffrey running up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Samuel.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Moody for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with the touchdown reception. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because they don't get some kind of points here. That next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Play action. Now Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Chip Moody for the 49ers field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Pickett.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Pickett will look to throw it here.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
McLeod to return it.
Now a hit and a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Ready.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7, and he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best.
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye.
And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the give, this is Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This throw caught right around the 6.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
They hand this off to Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown. Offensively, are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Purdy.
Throw left side, complete to McLeod.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Purdy looking to throw.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Jake Moody on for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Second and 10. It's Pickett again. He's got this to Pickens.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Nick Bosa giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Now Purdy.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a Niners 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the 49ers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date